Welcome to the Effortlessly Abundant Life podcast, where we will dive into the mindset, spirituality, and practical tools to have more of what you want with less effort. I'm your host, Natalia, a mindset shifter, certified life and success coach, and hypnotherapist who is obsessed with making your life feel good from the inside out. So let's dive in today's episode in 3, 2, 1. Hello, my beautiful listeners, viewers. Welcome to another episode of Effortlessly Abundant Life. Today's a special day. I'm recording this on Mother's Day, and to all my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful mothers and mother figures all around the world, I'm sending you so much love, so much gratitude. We all know that Mother's Day is something to be celebrated every single day because our job is not just one day a year, right? It's never ending. And I believe that becoming a mom is a job that you are taking upon yourself even before getting pregnant, right? It's something you become. And we're going to talk about it today in depth. But I want to wish you all, and I hope you had a beautiful weekend where you celebrated with your loved ones. And if not, as you know, doesn't matter physically, but spiritually, we're all connected. So I hope you felt loved that day and appreciated, and you did something special for yourself to celebrate it. Quick reminder, today we're starting the Hustle Detox free challenge. It's a 5-day free challenge that I'm running starting today on Monday, all the way till Friday, guys. Okay, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm gonna be coming every single day live at 4 p.m. Eastern time, where I'm going to be sharing with you and going through really detoxing all this hustle mindset and that nervous system that keeps you stuck, that keeps you in that kind of like this, hamster wheel. There you go. I found the word. This hamster wheel where you are doing the work, you are hustling, you are pushing, you are grinding, you are showing up, but still you're not have the results that you want. Either it's on your business, maybe it's in your corporate job, maybe it's in sales, maybe it's in just like the way you live your life. This is a very deep work. Even though it's free challenge, I take it very seriously, and I'm very excited for those who joined. This is going to be a very transformational, something you never did before, something completely new, and I know you're going to love it. So if you are feeling the urge and the nudge to joining us, feel free to click the link below in the show notes, in the description bar below. All the details are there. As I said, it's completely free. All you're going to do is show up and do the exercises. And I guarantee you, you will have some miracles and some aha moments and shifts that you never knew that were possible. Okay. So nothing to lose, only gain. So join us. And now going back to our episode. So here it is, guys. I wanted to do this episode when Michael turned 1 year old and kind of talk about the journey of becoming a mother. And since this weekend we celebrated Mother's Day, I thought this will be the perfect opportunity to share with you my experience as a mother and answer the question that I get a lot where people ask me how you can just do it all. And honestly, can you do it all? Especially as a mom, especially as a parent. And I want to take you back, okay? In my 20s, when I moved to New York, okay, I'm just going to picture this for you. I'm a single child moving to New York, wanting to completely kind of take over the world, right? I wanted to be the best singer. I trained to be an opera singer. So I came here to audition for the best music schools. And I got into the best studio with the best teacher, got into like lead roles and really like my career as a musician slash opera singer was really taking off. And then I decided to become a music educator and teach as well. And my whole kind of journey as a musician started to be coming into life. And never, ever, if you would talk to me about kids, I would say absolutely not. Because the idea of having kids was I need to have all my shit figured out first. I need to have money. I need to have my life figured out. I need to have everything, right? To make sure that I can give that living person a life that they are taken care of. And moreover, also finding a good partner, right? That you feel you can be a good parents for, right? So there's a lot of things that came to my mind. And also thinking about how the hell I'm going to be traveling, singing, teaching, and fulfilling myself when I'm just going to be stuck at home with a little one and just hating my life. That's literally what the perception I had of being a mom. This is why I'm so passionate about this episode, because if you are in this phase in your life where you're like, absolutely not, I do not want any kids, I don't want to think about kids, I want you to listen to me so you hear a different perspective of somebody who is a parent, who is want to live life to the fullest, who is doing things on her own way. And I just want you to hear me out. So this is that kind of person that I was, right? In my 20s. And, I kind of shifted into the business development world, and I climbed the corporate ladder, and I was making more money, and I was coaching, and I was vocal coaching, and I was starting a duo act called Voce Nova. We went to America's Got Talent. So I've been always that multi-passionate entrepreneur where I've been doing a lot. I was performing, I was teaching, I was coaching, and I'm still am, by the way, but I was really heavy on it, right? And then I met the person that now is my husband that completely changed the game for me, right? And I definitely manifested him. And that's why I say becoming a mom, it's not when you are pregnant. It's that journey you take within yourself to become a mother, a nurturer, a leader. And so many of my students tell me I'm a mother figure for them. So it's very interesting. So when I met my husband, of course, he wasn't anything close to my husband back then, but that sense of I can relax a little bit kind of kicked in. I didn't feel the need to kind of do as much, not in terms of financial or he was taking care of me, none of that. It was just an energetic feel of I'm safe, I'm good. I have like a home, I have like my spot. And I think it's very, very important. And randomly, we didn't expect it at all. And I will never forget it. We went to a wine tasting. Wow, right? A wine tasting somewhere upstate. I don't even remember, right? But we were drinking heavily. Not heavily, but you like tasting a lot of wine and it ends up to be a lot. Long story short, the following, I believe the couple days after, I'm like telling my husband, I'm like, I feel weird. He says to me, you're pregnant. And again, he wasn't my husband back then. Said, okay, I don't think so. Why you think I'm pregnant? He's like, I know you're pregnant. Said, okay, just to kind of be clear. And it was very early, right? It wasn't like, oh, my period is very late, like none of that. It was just random. So here I am taking the test, putting on the counter, coming back, just like, and I see the word pregnant. Guys, I almost lost it. I was like, it couldn't be. It has to be a mistake. I took another test. Same thing. I took another test. Same thing. How he knew, it's beyond me. My husband is very, very intuitive. And I remember the sheer shock that was in my face. I was like literally opening my mouth and I couldn't speak. I was shocked. That shock that is just like it feels out of body experience because you can't really understand what it means. You don't even know what it means. And here I am, pregnant, 100%. I went to the doctor. I confirmed. We saw my uterus. It was confirmed. I'm pregnant. I'm gonna be a mom. And I remember this moment, what I said to myself. I'm so grateful and happy I did the inner work before becoming a mom. Becoming a mom in my 20s, it was just not a good thing. Not because I was a bad person, but I was so lost. I was not connected. I was not in tune and connected to my soul, connected to universe and God. I was not a leader on myself. And could not be able to control my own feelings and emotions and energy. So how would I be able to do it for somebody else? And I cannot emphasize enough how important it is to do the inner deep work before you bring another soul to the whole equation. Because so many of us, and we all do our best with what we have, and our parents absolutely did the best with what they had and the kind of the perspective they had on life and who they are and what they wanted to do and give. And they always have the best intentions. But I've been heavily traumatized by my parents. I know so many people been traumatized by their parents, and not in a place of, the obvious trauma. Sometimes we experience trauma that is not even being aware by the other side. And so much I've been holding on, and I had to work through with therapists, with myself, and really dig deep and cleanse that. So I could be a clean vessel to be able to become a mom. And as I said, I'm so grateful that I had this chance to really transform myself to a mother figure that I needed for myself and to become a mother to my child. 9 months of growing my belly. And again, you have no idea what you're getting yourself into, right? It's like, come on, the endless checking. And I remember I was still working and I was going to networking events and I was still teaching and even performing, like full on performance. Watching over performance is no joke, by the way. It's like an athlete. Okay, this is like Eurovision and Olympics on steroids, right? It's very heavily demanding vocally. And I did it on heels and I danced and I sang and I did it all. And I still worked and teached. Oh God, taught. That's how you know I need a little nap. I taught. I was doing all the things, and slowly I kind of like forced myself to like slow down because my body was, although I had all this energy and I only the beginning of the pregnancy, I was nauseous. I had, morning sickness. But other than that, thank God, I was really okay. I didn't feel any kind of like anything significant. And actually, every single week, I would do breath work, although it's not recommended for pregnant women, but I would do it in my very relaxed way. I was in tune. And I always, always, always kind of like every session of meditation that I did, I kind of connected with my call in my belly. And it's a very special moment because you don't know. It's for you, it's like, I don't know how it looks like, who he is, what it's about. You just kind of like imagine and you create this bond all in your head pretty much. But it's a beautiful, beautiful experience. And it's just like, it was crazy to me every single week. I would see how bigger he gets, how, oh my God, this brain is developing, this part of his body is developing. Now he's getting bigger. Like, I'm creating this. And of course, not I am, right? Because consciously, we're not able to do that. And that's what I want to kind of talk to you about as well. Subconsciously, what keep my heart beat right now and my lungs full with air and everything working so beautifully in harmony, same way it's growing a human being in my body. Wow. The body that I shamed myself, the body that I would hate, the body that I felt is never good enough, the body that I starved or overstuffed with food, the body that I kind of pushed in the gym going harder, the body that I never really truly understood how magnificent it is. And this is where it hit me, where I was like, wow, wow, thank you. Thank you. And all I prayed and wanted him to be healthy and receive what he needed for him to grow happily, healthy. And that's it, and this is what I when you understand, when you become a mom and that 9 months of, growing the soul in your belly and connecting to your body in a different way is just like, it's really something you can't put into words. And then in what it was, 37 weeks and 5 days, my labor started. And let me tell you, it was a lot, 48 hours of contractions coming every 5 minutes. Sometimes it was obviously towards the end, it was just contractions upon contractions, and it was just pain upon pain. It was excruciating. Long story short, it's not gonna burst story, but I just want to skip to the part where I was after. I want you to imagine it. I didn't eat for 48 hours. The only thing I did was just chew ice. I was in the hospital after um, two attempts of inserting epidural were failed. Um, I was beyond drained emotionally, physically. I was just like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. Right. And here I am after the epidural kicked in, thank God. And it's time to push because it's there. It's time. And I remember, and I was like, I was giving a really good push and it was not enough. And I remember, God, I need you. Take over me. Help me. I can't do this alone. Help me. I was just remember that I was about to see like black, and I remember that. And I had this like thing when I'm about to faint, I would see black and I was just like gone. And I was afraid that that would happen to me. So I was just like, God, please take over. Help me, help me, help me, help me, help me. And I saw this beautiful white light. And I was just pushing and another push and another push. And he was out. And that moment of true surrender, it's just the greatest thing, because that moment of pain, of excruciating mental pain, right? It's not just the physical, it's the mental, it's the exhaustion, it's just so much put into this one moment, right? And the relief after, and like, I was holding my child. How crazy was that? And first thing I did, I nursed him, I sang to him. It was really, really important for me to have that skin to skin. So they graciously, thank you, hospital, for giving me 30 minutes to be with him. And they just left me alone. And it was just the most beautiful time where I really could connect with him. I don't know why I was telling you all this story, but the reason I'm telling you this, because becoming a mom is the practice of surrender. It's the practice of understanding that it's not what you think things should be, but kind of truly surrender to what is, especially in labor, especially during, growing your child in your belly, right? There's not something you can control. You have to let go. You have to trust. And this is where my appreciation for my body, for my vessel, for my soul, for myself, for God, for everything, that was helping this amazing soul to grow in me and come out of me and be healthy and prosperous. And it's just a miracle, a true miracle. And it was just taught me, like, if I can do this, I can do anything. It was just like, if I can give birth and I can grow a child in me, I can manifest anything I want. Like, think about it. Creating life. It's almost like creating a whole universe, right? Every person and every human being is a universe of its own. So I created a universe. I can do anything I want. But the catch is, I can co-create with God, right? It's not just me. And fast forward now, my son is 15 months. And the whole postpartum and being at home and slowly coming back to some kind of a normal. And here's the thing about having it all, especially as a mom. Your priority is changing, definitely, but for the better. And I'll explain to you why. If there were things that I would take, if it was a gig or it was a project, it was something that, whatever, job wise or project wise or client wise, I would do because the money's good, or why not? I'll do it. Or okay. Now it's a hell no. It only helped me to really be super clear what is my hell yes and what is my hell no. So yes, can I do it all? Absolutely. But only things that actually matters to me, only things that nurture my soul, my physical body, my mind. That's it. The rest is not important. The rest is no. and it's interesting because I thought, wait, my life is going to be over once I have this kid, right? I thought that's it. I'm done. Like, there's not going to be any time. I will not be able to travel. But here I am. I went to a performance in Boston during the weekend. I came back. I'm performing. I'm doing. I'm coaching. I'm still teaching. I'm still working. I'm still going on Soul Cycle, bar, pure bar, whatever you call it. All these classes, Barry's boot camp, salsa, Zumba, going on vacation. It's just an excuse that I used for not going all in, for not giving myself the permission to really ask what I truly want. And here's the thing. Now I do not want to just do it all. I don't care about doing it all. I care about having quality time with my son, not because he will remember or anything like that, because I cherish our connection and I want to invest in our connection. So I really dedicate a good amount time of the week, of the day, to make sure that if I didn't spend the morning, I will spend the evening. If I didn't spend the evening, I will make sure I have a whole day after. I really make sure that I'm balancing this time so I don't feel this disconnect, right? It's very, very important for me. And here's the thing, you do need support. And the thought that you can do it all by yourself is just not happening. And I want you to stop thinking that in case you are, I don't know if that's something you think, but I thought, oh, if I'm asking for help, it means I cannot do it by myself. So it means I'm not as good as a mom. That is a bunch of BS that I want you to right now take it and just toss it as far as possible from you. Because here's the thing. Yes, you the primary take, oh my God. 1 second. You are the most important person for your son, for your daughter. Absolutely. But you are also somebody who needs to fill the stuff up as well. And having somebody else, a good quality caregiver, it could be your nanny, it could be your spouse, that is an equal partner, right? It's not even something that is something to discuss about. But yeah, a father of your children should be 100% also invested. If it's your mother-in-law or father-in-law, doesn't matter. It takes other people as well. And it's beautiful to include them into raising your child. It's a beautiful thing. Again, it's all about finding what works for you. For me, I need this a certain time. If it's like 5 hours or whatever, if I have a nanny coming over and she's doing so many things with him, they go to the park, they play, they do all those things that I might not be in this headspace to do while I'm working, while I'm doing what I love, while I'm meeting people, doing my things. I'm coaching. Now I'm doing more group coaching, so I'm not as one-on-one. And I'm really kind of making sure that every area in my life that I care about is in my calendar. And here's the thing. It's not sexy, but time management is important, right? You can't just like wing it. You have to be very intentional with your time. My time is very important for me. So I make sure that when I'm away from him, my time is, there's no scrolling on Instagram. There's no like, just like blinking and looking in the ceiling. No, it's a very focused time that I invest in my, whatever the thing that I put my energy into. If it's work, if it's coaching, if it's teaching, if it's learning, if it's dancing, if it's physical activity, doesn't matter, whatever that is. But I make sure also I have very specific designated time to be with my son. And I make sure that I'm 100% present with him, because it's so easy for us to be on our phone, to just put, Miss Rachel and just be on the phone. And it happens. Absolutely. It does happen sometimes. Sometimes we would just want to check out and it happens. But I catch myself in those moments because I say to myself, wait, what is more important in this moment for me to be with my son or be on my phone? And of course, there's nothing more important than this connection. So, can you have it all? The answer is absolutely fucking yes. Absolutely. But all the things you truly want, make sure you have the support. Make sure you have the time you put actually intentionally in your calendar ahead of time. And just be very clear, whatever that is that you want, and be very unapologetic about saying no. If something doesn't light you up, if something doesn't really contribute to you in any way that you feel that is exciting for you, I just want you to drop it. And yes, use your child as an excuse. It's okay. But for those who are thinking of becoming a mom, a parent, there is no one right way to be a parent. There isn't. There's no like rule that if you are 100% with your child from the second he woke up to the second he went to sleep, you are a better mom than the mom that is working 9 to 5. That's all not true. It's who you are when you're with them. Who you are, what kind of a figure, like what kind of role model are you being for that child? How the connection is between you. Are you opening your heart? Are you really loving him unconditionally? You're showing him what love unconditionally looks like. Also showing him what healthy, loving relationship looks like. If it's with your spouse, if it's with your parents, if it's with your friends, show him. Be a role model, a true leader in his life. That's what it's all about. You will make the rules for yourself and you will see that it's all going to click so beautifully together. And if anything, your child is going to be your Northern Star, where it's going to really lead you to your purpose, is really going to help you even more to dig deeper, to ask yourself the harder questions, to be very honest with yourself and be very understanding like what is a hell yes and what is a hell no, and be very okay with choosing the hell yes and dropping everything else. You will not even care what other people will think about you, because now it's not just for you, it's just for a bigger purpose, bigger than you, which is your child, but it's so much more than that, right? And that understanding of choosing who you want to be as a person. Like I am always thinking to myself, oh my God, what kind of life I want to show him, what kind of a person I want to be for him. I want to show him what's possible, right? I want to show him what dignity looks like, what honesty looks like, what beauty looks like, what connection looks like, what kindness and generosity looks like, and be a living example of that. And if this is not the purpose of us being in this earth, I don't know what else. But then if you are not a mother and you don't want to plan and not even thinking of being a mother, it doesn't mean that these emotions can come. It doesn't necessarily have to come with birthing a child, right? It's that, again, becoming that mother figure and that leader for yourself first. And that it comes with the inner work. It really does. If everybody would do the inner work, guys, oof, we would be in a better place. That's for sure. But the reality is, we choose our parents, we choose the lessons and the figures that will kind of help us to go through those lessons. And everything is so accurate and nothing is off, right? So just trust that you're enough, my beautiful mama, that you are not, I don't want to say a warrior because I don't like that word. I just want you to really embrace how you are already a leader, how you are enough, how you are so, so, so needed and beautiful and perfect the way you are. And just open your heart even more, allow even more, love even deeper, and just truly lead with love. Everything you do, just truly lead with love. There's no way to parent, but the only thing that comes to my mind to be a better parent every single day is like asking myself, what would love would do right now? How can I show up more lovingly? And it doesn't mean that I let him do whatever he wants. Absolutely not. It comes from a place of kindness. Almost I'm thinking about it like if I would be my 80s raising my child, how would I behave? How I would treat him, right? And that's why we see a lot of time our grandparents, our parents, right? When they are interacting with our child, they're completely different from what they were with us, right? It's because there's none of that how it should be and the strictness and it's just like all these things we think we need to be as parents. And all we want as kids, and I'm sure you can relate to that, was just love. All we wanted is to be loved for who we are. And there's nothing more significant for a child to be loved by their parents, because for them, it's like God. If they're not loved purely for who they are by their parents, it's a deep hole that lives in your soul where you feel you're never enough. Because if my parents don't love me, who else would love me? So I want to show up for my child like the grandmother version of me, showing up with love, compassion, and really from a place of loving and God. So I hope you guys loved this episode, kind of sharing you my story, sharing with you my philosophy. If you want more about this and you feel kind of like, oof, I have questions and I have some things that I want to share, feel free always, always, always. If you hear it on YouTube, on Spotify, Apple, whatever that is, please come to my Instagram where I'm actively every single day there. You can see some behind the scenes. So it's really, really fun. So come DM me. I would love, love, love to speak with you and kind of hear your perspective and what are you about and what do you think? What kind of touched you? What do you have more questions about? I'm so open for that. So come over, let's start a conversation. And if you didn't join our free challenge, Hustle Detox, it's 5 days. We are detoxing you from all this hustle mindset that keeps you stuck from receiving the effortless abundance that is waiting for you on the other side. So if you're interested, please go ahead and join by clicking the link below in the show notes. And with that, guys, I love you so much. I'm sending you my pure love and energy wherever you're listening. Have a beautiful, blessed week ahead, and I'll see you next time.